Walkthrough. Alright, so this is just going to be a quick walkthrough. Obviously you guys all know Nick Groff.
Hello, how's it going?
We're going to do a quick walkthrough of his new gym, Drive Health Fitness. He's going to give us a little bit of a tour and show us the ropes.
Yep. So right here behind you is the front entrance. Come up there, walk in.
Do the walk.
And then you come into a new you.
Excellent.
So this is where it all starts. Basically you have the child's care right there.
Nice big facility too for the kids.
You have the women's room over there.
We won't go in there.
And then coming through here, we have all the weights. You have your free motion. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Tony over there. Inhale. Awesome job. And then you have your group X room in here. This is where we train a lot of our SWAT, the police, the task force, the firemen, medical. I mean, we trained a ton of people in there. I took the boot camp class in there yesterday. I'm so sore today. Yeah, I'm so sore right now. I did it 3 days in a row, and it's like, it's killing me. I'm tired. I just got off the road. I've been on the road for 10 days. I was filming Ghost Ventures and came back here and I'm like, I have to start working out again. It's so hard being on the road and keeping in shape, dieting and all that stuff.
Yeah, gyms at hotels aren't exactly the best.
No, especially when you're in the middle of nowhere and you walk into a hotel room, they have one treadmill from like 1970s. So that is, it's a little difficult, but you know, I bring some TRX bands with me and some resistant bands and
some two-finger chin-ups.
Yeah, exactly, stuff like that. Keeps me in shape. So then we have our circuits. We have all of our free weights over there. Our half jungle gym, the men's bathrooms back there. Everything in the bathrooms are all high-end, kind of like a spa. So we have all tile. The showers are beautiful. You want to check it out really quick?
Yeah, absolutely. As long as no one's in there.
No.
We're PG for film.
I'll double check really quick.
I guess editing works too, right?
We just opened up this morning to Sunday, so we had a lot of classes this morning and a lot of spin, a lot of people on that. Let me see if anyone's in here.
Yep.
You come in.
So this is how we've turned his spa.
Yep. Dry sauna.
Nice and toasty too. I can feel it out here.
Yeah, it's nice. Awesome for the muscles after working out. Basically lockers, showers, sinks.
Bring your own lock for the lockers?
Yep. And you can look in here. We went above and beyond for everything.
Absolutely.
Make you feel home away from home.
Yep.
So we want you to feel comfortable. Everything's very personable. Everything's just hands-on, and we're all about that here. You know, trying to make a better difference for the community and for everybody who's coming in and trying to work out and stay in shape and all that stuff. If you come out here, then we can go into a lot of the free weights over here. So all free weights, you know, benches. This system's awesome, the Cybex.
I've never used Cybex before.
It's unbelievable. And it's great because you have different movements like most systems. Most systems you don't have this. The back essentially where it actually keeps your posture correct.
Yeah, you're fighting your posture while you're working out usually.
Usually you're leaning forward or you're leaning back. This keeps it perfect. And all the different things you can do. I mean, you can do almost everything. Row, squat, chest, hip extensions, all that stuff. Regular dumbbells, all the way up to 110.
Okay.
Supposed to be 110 dumbbells, but
now right? Oh, they're here. Now you said at night though, like the heavier stuff gets put away, right?
We leave it out.
Are you leaving? Okay.
Yeah, basically it is what it is, what you see. We don't put too much stuff away. We went with these machines here, so it is a 24/7 fitness center.
Yeah.
So we wanted to go with this rather than your typical bench, you know, where you have your bar on that. I mean, that would be a little unsafe. But this is great. These systems, we got a lot of guys who come in here and have been working on these systems, testing it out and whatnot, and they actually love them a lot because you get a little bit more support, it's a little bit more durable, and you know, you're not so off balance. It perfects your movements, and that's really what we're about, is kind of perfecting and doing the right movements and working out where, you know, rather than extremely heavy weight,
Yep.
You lower the weight and you get more reps.
Yeah.
And you're getting toned faster anyways. That way you're not getting injured as much. And then back here we have. This is basically your main circuit that you do. You know, you start over there. You can do. It's all that one body movement.
Yep.
And then we have cardio, all the cardio basically you can do. Treadmills, ellipticals, bikes, stairmasters. So, and everybody has their own personal TV with their channel switcher on it, so you can plug your headphones in and, you know, change your channel, whatever you want to watch. Everything's going to have virtual reality as far as if you come in after hours and you want to take a class, then you can just punch it in on the TV and do a spin class or do a virtual, you know, the group X room. You can jump on the synergy machine and do, you know, train with Tony right there on the TV and do your hour class. Or you can hop in and take classes with him based on what our schedules are for the classes and stuff. So we've been doing really, really well. There's been a lot of people in the classes. Everybody's loving it. Great reviews, so no complaints, and it's been going awesome, honestly.
Definitely, and I had a chance to come through here when you guys did one of your first walkthroughs when it was just like I said before, just drywall and studs, and you know, and it's really transformed. You can see what the vision was and where it's come to, and you know, and it's cool because it's something you seem very passionate about, also.
Exactly.
You know?
It's not like the three of us, myself, Martin Yegazarian, and Tony, are in it just to be in it to profit in that sense. It's more like we are the face, we are preaching what we're doing. I mean, I'm here working out. I was in the cardio core class with all of our members yesterday, working out with them, going through the brutal pain just the same as them. So we're really doing it exactly how everybody else is doing it. You know, we do want to make a difference. We do want to help people, and I just think it's a really good thing. And we are very, very passionate. And then basically our yoga room is in here.
Yoga for the core, 12 to 1.
So we do a lot of heated yoga, TRX, all sorts of different things.
So how can people find Drive Health Fitness?
If you go to drivehealthandfitness.com, basically everything is on our website. The address, our info, the schedules, our contact for the phone number. Any questions, Tony is always available. I'm usually here when I'm not on the road so much. Come down, visit us, drop in. We have a great staff. Everybody will, you know, who works for us will walk you around, show you how to use the equipment. Very hands-on, very personable. We're a friendly, family-oriented location.
Definitely. As you saw, the kids' playing room out there, and they even have classes for kids too. Has that started yet, or?
Yeah, we're slowly building up. We've only been open for 2 weeks, but we're gaining momentum big time, and it's good because it's not like extremely overwhelming. You know, we have a couple hundred members already, and the thing is you're going to see limited people in here, you know, not all at once. So, you know, it's not like every treadmill is going to be used all the time, and every single piece of equipment is going to be used. It's been going so perfect, no complaints. Everybody's loving it. Because they're like, wow, this feels like I can come in, I can use every piece of equipment, and I don't have to wait, I don't have to hassle. I don't know, you know, walk into a big box gym where it's like, I don't know who's who, and it's somebody different every single day. So everything's going really good.
One of the great aspects for me, and one of the reasons that I personally joined the gym, is the 24-hour, you know, 24-hour opportunities here. Not necessarily staff is going to be here 24 hours. It's like a club. You have the swipe card. You come into the gym after hours. You can get your workout in. Like Nick was saying, you have the virtual classes and things like that. But it was also, for me, that was important because the lifestyle that I have, sometimes I work till 9 or 10 o'clock at night, and you know, I'm busy all day long. Maybe I want to blow off some steam and come to the gym at 11 or 12 or 1, or you know, and just get the workout in. And you know, I'm sure with your life on the road, sometimes you find yourself, you're awake at 2 in the morning and you're like, what am I going to do? You know, let me get a workout in or something. So
yeah, I'm an all hours type of guy. I mean, I'll be up at, the other day I was up at 4 a.m. and I got ready, I came down here, I was doing a class 5:30 to 6:30. So sometimes I'm more night when I'm on the road. or afternoon. It just depends, you know, schedules change, life is crazy like that. You never know where you're going to be in the next move. So that's why we try to keep it really open, especially for the medical, the police, the firemen, because their hours are so crazy and random. So, and they're loving it. All those guys. Every day we have someone new from the SWAT, a police task force from the whole area, signing up and training here.
That's awesome.
It's going good.
It's awesome. That's one of the things that you were very proud of too when I remember coming through here, was the fact that you're going to be very community oriented in the civil service side of things, the fire departments, the police departments being involved, things like that.
Yeah.
So it's good to see, you know, they're all taking advantage of it. So.
Yeah, it is. We're one big community. We're all kind of one at the end of the day. So everybody's very friendly, been very cool, and it's been really good.
Yeah. And obviously, you know, I've got Nick captive, so I'm going to try and, I'm not going to sandbag, and we talked about this anyway. But while I have you here, you know, and you've kind of walked through this with us, there you have some other passions, obviously, you know.
Yeah, I do.
Paranormal is important to probably yourself, but, you know, everybody else, that's how everybody knows you. But you also are pretty passionate about music, too.
I am, yeah.
You had an album come out called The Other Side.
Yep.
Which I've had a chance to listen to it. I do like it a lot.
Cool.
But I would say it seems like for you, when you do something, you do it, you know, head down, drive forward, and just do it, you know, full head of steam.
Yeah.
What were some of your reasons for wanting to do the album, and maybe some of your
the whole purpose was, you know, I'm very passionate about anything I do, and anybody who knows me knows when I say I'm going to do something, I go all the way and just do it.
Yeah.
You know, music has been with me. It's in my blood since I was a little kid. I don't label myself as a complete musician or anything like that. It's just something I have a passion for.
Yeah.
My buddies who I grew up with, they're musicians. They're incredible. Danny Bedrosian plays with George Clinton and the P-Funk Band, has for years now. He's one of the lead keyboardists. He's been, you know, a piano player since he was 4 years old.
Yeah.
I teamed up with him because him and I used to make tapes all the time in my basement back in the day. And I felt like I had so much to talk about in my life now, and it was the best way to describe it through art, through musical transformation of just my emotions, my feelings. And I just wanted to put something where it was like choreographed into one big like album. So if you listen to The Other Side, if you started from the last song and go to the first song, it's actually in reverse chronological order of kind of like depicting parts of my life and stuff.
Yeah. That's
so
interesting. Yeah.
It's one of those things I just wanted to create some sort of, you know, life story, like a mini book in a sense, and just describe certain situations and certain experiences and my theories and my life, and kind of unfold a little bit of it. So that's kind of what The Other Side was, and Danny was the perfect match to kind of do that with. I mean, we recorded that in like 2-3 days. I went down to his place, and I wanted it to be very raw, very like surreal in a sense, where you're almost there and we're sitting there, we're just talking like this right now.
Yeah.
But more in a like poetic sense. So that's kind of how we did it. It came across, and it's cool. It was one of those things that you know, it was different. It was out of left ball field. I don't think a lot of people knew that was me, but that's what I was doing. But it was really fun to do. It was just kind of passion to say I did that, and it touched a lot of people. We just performed our live concert last year at Scarefest, which was great. There were, you know, over 1,000 people in the audience, and it was rocking. We had a blast, 9-piece band. We rocked out. It was fun. Good times.
Real good times. YouTube's awesome. I've seen the videos on YouTube, so you know, you get to peek into everything when you hop on YouTube and stuff like that. You know, which also leads me into Chasing Spirits.
Yep.
I've had an opportunity to read the book cover to cover. I don't read often, just so you,
cool.
I don't read. So for me to be able to sit down, it's funny because I related to a lot of things because I was like that kid. I was that kid that was running in the woods when I grew up, and you know, playing on the rocks, and swinging from trees and things like that. So it was kind of like, it really drew me in the beginning to understand your life as a kid, things you experience, you know, near-death experience, coming through all that, moving into, you know, your teen years, meeting your wife, moving up. The whole thing was a great life story. So it wasn't just about the formation of the Ghost Adventures crew. It was about Nick Groff, the person, and what made you who you are today. Yeah. And, you know, I really kind of related myself with that, which was interesting to me because, you know, I was like, oh, you know, it's the same childhood I had. Mine
From
is sitting
New
here.
England, man.
Well, yeah, exactly, right?
We run in the woods and we play and we get hurt, we get scrapes, and we run to our mom and say, "Hey, I'm bleeding again."
Yeah, I did it again, Mom. I got to go to the doctor. My elbow hurts, things like that. But and I don't know about you, but when it comes to my kids, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
You can't do any of that. Stay next to me. We got to.
You're always one step ahead. I know. I have a little daughter now, and she has her mom's looks, but she has my personality, which is very scary because that's like adventurous and crazy and all over the place.
Yeah.
I'm always one step ahead of knowing what she's gonna do because I've done it all. I've seen life. I've lived it. I'm the most adventurous person you probably ever meet. I'm extreme. I'm crazy like that, but I don't know. You kind of have to live life to fulfill those things and see what your quest, your journey is. At the end of the day.
Sure.
Yeah, I was a very hyperactive kid. Ripped open my arm when I was like 8 years old, so it was just one of those things where I don't know if that's scarred me to direct me on my path or whatnot, but that was kind of a start to who it was going to be.
Yeah, and it's got. And if you have a chance, if you haven't picked up the book, pick up the book and read it. Like I said, it's not just about the formation of the Ghost Adventures crew. It's about what happened with Nick in his life and his family, the good times, the bad times. And just if you think that this is all guts and glory and you're having a blast, read the book, because it wasn't all guts and glory for Nick. He went through a lot of tough times to get to where he is right now. And I'm sure he appreciates everything he's been able to do and give back, and everything that's sort of made him the TV star, if you will, but Nick Groff the person too, that nobody really gets to see all the time.
Appreciate that. Yeah, no, I mean, that's what I'm really about. I'm most down to earth guy you'll probably meet. This industry is crazy, when you get into the TV world. There's so many sketchy people. There's so many just weird things that I would never understand because I was never meant to be. I personally think on TV, and I never see myself as that. It was one of those things that kind of just happened, and that's kind of what destiny took me on that path. Everything kind of folded into what it is now, Ghost Adventures, and it was just the two of us, me, Aaron, and Zach, three of us, just in search of ghosts, and that turned into a documentary, and that turned into somebody wanted to be a show, and so on and so forth. And when I wrote the book, I didn't even know what to say. When I was approached to write a book, they were like, "You should write a book about your life. You probably have a lot to talk about." And I was like, "I do. I'm only 30 years old. What am I going to talk about? That's so interesting." But then I started diving into it with Jeff Belanger, and I started talking to our literary agent who wanted to pick up the book, and I started just talking and rethinking about my childhood and bringing up old stories. I'm like, oh my god, actually this is kind of interesting. I can see how this could be interesting. I fell off a tree with my arm open, life-death experience, my mom saved my life, to this and that, and the hard times. And I think that's really what it's all about is, laying it all out there and showing people that, everything just doesn't happen like that. You have to work hard. You have to go through hard times. You have to get where you're broke and you're in an apartment, you wake up, your car is all the craziest stuff that can possibly happen to you. And I think that's relatable, to a person that has ever been through a hard time. And as long as you don't ever give up and you work your butt off and you try and you just stick with it, good things happen. And that's just, I guess, was what happened to me. So.
And the best thing about the Ghost Adventures documentary was that, it didn't seem like you guys were trying hard. It didn't seem like you were against the wall and it's like,
fun.
This has got to work.
Yeah.
It did.
It was crazy. It was funny because Aaron, Zach and I talked about it. I called him up and we started working hard on doing this. It wasn't even a documentary. It was like, let's just go out and see if ghosts exist. That's what it was.
Yeah.
When I started talking to Zach, I called him up and he's like, all right. And he tells me about his paranormal experience. And we team up and then we bring in Aaron, and it just became kind of one of those things where we're just filming everything in the car, and Zach's driving in his little car, and we're all driving up to Virginia City, but we're hitting all these mining towns on the way, like Tonopah and whatnot. And we're sitting outside a Mizpah hotel, and we're at the Castle House, and we're doing all these quirky things, but then it's like, wow, what's happening, and we get in the Castle House, we smell like perfume. And it's like, well, that's kind of weird, because we've never experienced these type of scenarios.
Right.
So it wasn't redundant to us. It wasn't new. It wasn't old, and we're just discovering new things. It's new sensations and new things happening to us.
Right.
Paranormal wise, and what is explainable and what isn't, you know? So it was kind of like a learning curve for us.
Yeah.
Until we got to Virginia City, obviously, in the Washoe Club and the cemetery and all these things just started happening. Like, wow, this is weird, you know? And I think that's what drove us to be more hungry and go look further and keep adventuring into the paranormal on the other side and skiing on thin ice to see what we can get.
Yeah.
And then Zach and I at the Goldfield Hotel, it was boggling. It was mind-blowing.
Some of the best footage I've ever seen. It's insane.
It was scary.
I can imagine.
You have no idea being the only two people in an abandoned hotel, no electricity, no lights on, your little camera, you're just watching over your back in the darkness, making sure nothing's behind you. And you'll see in the dark mirror where just me filming, that's it. That's how raw it was. It was just me filming, following Zach around, trying to film myself, him, and whatever else is happening. And looking behind me at one point down the hallway near room 109, and I'm thinking someone's following me, and then looking back at Zach. It was crazy, man. But
I don't, you know, and that's, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I have my own paranormal group, and you know, it's the experiences you're talking about that they start giving me goosebumps and the chills again, because although I haven't seen a brick pick up and fly, and then a board go flipping the other way, and you know, you lose contact with each other, and you think back after, and you don't even realize you're calling out for each other, and you don't hear the other person, you know, and there's definitely times. Your adrenaline gets pumping, and you just don't know what the heck is going to happen next.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I tell everybody, I don't care how tough you are, because honestly, I do not scare easy. Like, I'll be the first one to go in. I'll do whatever. Like, I'll go inside a morgue, you know, locked in there for an hour. I'll just sit by myself in the worst location in the world. It doesn't really, it phases me and it gets in my head, but I'm mentally strong. I think that's why I do what I do. Yeah. But I don't care whoever you are. If you turn around and you don't see anything there, when your eyes adjust in the dark, then you look back at, you know, your buddies who are filming you, and then you look back, and there is a spirit, a solid figure, just like what happened to me at Linda Vista Hospital.
Linda Vista,
You'll jump, you'll get startled, and that's just your instant reactions of what happens.
It is, and it's funny because I have a team member who's gung-ho. His name's Mike. He's absolutely gung-ho. He's like, I have no fear, I have no fear. I go, buddy, we haven't come across something that's going to scare us yet. It's going to happen. Yeah. We're going to have that moment, and I don't care who you are. Your human instinct is fight or flight, and you're probably going to scream like a schoolgirl and run down the street.
It happens, man. Trust me, we were the same exact way. We were gung-ho until that experience happens, and it took us a while. Like, we were doing that for a long time until, you know, the evidence and what we captured and our experiences happened. And even then, I was still searching. It wasn't until Linda Vista Hospital where I became like, I'm a really logical thinker. Like, I have to see it to like believe it. I have to be there. I have to hear it. I have to feel it. You know, I'm one of those people. But it's not saying I never believed. I was always open-minded, and I had experiences, and we captured stuff. And it's like, but I didn't see it. I was like, how could that be? You know what I mean? Yeah. It opened me up to searching more and more and more. Why? So Linda Vista was a huge game changer for me, and you know, just all the other experiences I had. Like, then I got into the energies, negative and positive energies, and how it overtakes yourself, and that gets really scary. I think that's more scary than anything. It's scarier than seeing a ghost standing there. I think it's frightening because it can have an effect on you, who you are, your health, your mental abilities, and you know, kind of lose yourself. And that lingering negative energy is what's scary when it comes with you home or something.
And it's true, because it does. It gets you down, and you don't know why you're down, and you don't realize you're down at first. You know, you're just kind of out of it a little bit. And I actually recently posted a video, which is an old video from you guys, from Aaron. When you were, I can't remember what lockdown it was on. You guys were on a long, desolate road, and I can't remember what the song is on the radio, but it's just because when I see the video, you're all just very quiet. Everybody's just real mellow, and you can hear, the music playing, and just kind of feel the mood that you're all in. And it's like, you went through some real heavy stuff that night. And what I posted onto it is that I've had those drives. I've had those. You feel disassociated from society. You look at the people next to you in the car, and you're like, they have no idea, and you just have that feeling like I don't want to say you don't belong. But like you have to reacclimate yourself to everybody because it gets intense.
Yeah, it does, and that's where it gets really scary. I've talked about it several times to a lot of people, radio shows, conferences, and whatnot, and they always ask me what's my scariest, most frightening. I think it's stuff like that. You know, King's Tavern, that was scary.
I was just about to ask you because
King's Tavern, Mississippi, that was a scary experience. Just, I think we all lost ourselves there. I think we were so
even Billy.
Yeah, everybody, and I've never seen any of them like that. And I've had experiences like that before, so I know how to mentally focus myself and just kind of close that door off to that negativity. It's difficult to do, but it takes, you know, a while to figure it out when you're like battling yourself inside the good versus evil type scenario. And man, when that negative energy just latches on, you're so open, you're just like whatever in your mind, you just open up and you just let whatever is there linger on. That's where I think it gets scary, because it can just attach itself for a while.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, and that's excuse me, and that's one of the things that, you know, a lot of people don't get to see. They see the evidence, they see the orbs, they see, you know, things moving, knocking, you know, apparitions, whatever they might see. The thing that they don't understand is that feeling that you feel when a spirit passes you. Yeah. The feeling you get when, you know, there's that personal experience that you can't possibly even translate into TV or into video, that people will never understand unless they experience it.
Exactly.
And you know, I had the pleasure, actually 3 times now within the last month, I've been to the Victorian in Gardner.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to talk about too much because I know you guys have you guys have something coming.
It's totally cool. Yeah. No, it was a good location. We got some good stuff, and it was cool. You have to see it coming up.
Exactly. I don't want Nick to talk about it. I might know a little bit about what happened there, but I'm not going to talk about it.
It would be cool to see what we got, and then you tell me your experiences and see if it validates some of the stuff that happened to you guys when you investigated there. Yeah. That's what I always like doing too, is talking to witnesses or the managers or the owners or whatever the location, and hearing them out and seeing what we can capture, because it almost validates, you know, and helps what they're experiencing.
Absolutely.
It's a cool location though.
It was great. It surprised me, because when I first walked into the building, it felt very comfortable to me.
I was comfortable. Yeah. Almost the whole time I was comfortable. I was chill.
When I hit the 3rd floor, there was a little bit of a change. I definitely had some pressure in my head, tightness in my chest, and it wasn't the stairs. It's only 1 flight of stairs, 2nd to 3rd, so it's not like I was out of breath or anything. Yeah. I might be out of shape, but I'm not that out of shape. But the building changed a little bit during the night, and actually in the wee hours, probably about 2 or 2:30 in the morning, we did have an apparition. We had an apparition that came around the corner and scared the living daylights out of 3 investigators. That's cool. One of them so much he pushed a girl to the ground. Oh, and I'm like, oh boy. So we actually, I have audio and video of some of it. I'm going to have to pass the video off to a professional, because I can't find anything in the video. Yeah. But who knows? But awesome. You know, not to tell too much more, that's the experience that we had. Awesome. I'm very excited to see the experiences that you guys had there. And you know, if you have anything to say to anybody, I know we're going to wrap up here. Drive Health. You know, you know a lot about Nick now. You know about the book, about the CD, about his passions here at Drive Health Fitness, and his experiences on Ghost Adventures. To wrap up a little bit, if you have any advice for anybody out there who's thinking about doing paranormal stuff, what's the best piece of advice that you could give to them? Yep. And then B, what's next for Nick Groff, other than, you know, now the drive? I know that now the drive's here and going. There's going to be something else, though. I know you're not going to rest and say, "Oh, I'm done now."
I know.
There's going to be.
I'm always brainstorming something, or I have passion. I just have so many things going in my mind that I always wanted to do in my life, and this is one of them. I mean, this location. I mean, as we walk through, even in the Group X room, I'm training, and I'll give you a little hint if you want to come in here. Oh, they're in there training right now.
Oh wait, I think I know already. I think I know. It has something to do with the competition, right?
Yeah. So yeah, I've been training for a while. I'll be announcing it soon, but next year I'm gonna try out for it. But no, it's going really, really good with what we're doing here at Drive Health and Fitness. Come down, check it out, walk through. You know, if you're local in the area, this is a good thing. I think people will enjoy it. They'll feel good. It's a good place to come and enjoy and talk with us, and everything's very personable, and you know, it's making a difference in what we're doing for the community and the medical and fire, police, everybody. So we're super excited, and that's kind of what we're doing right here. I mean, this has been a lot of work, and I'm just kind of, you know, here every day as much as I can be, and just putting in that face time, just working with people. Tony is amazing trainer. We have some of the best trainers just in general here. So come down, check it out, and you can go to drivehealthyfitness.com and read all about it, see all the info, see the contact. And basically, I'm just going to be training every single day as possible and just getting ready for next year for this huge competition show that I'll be doing. And that's kind of what I'm just focused on for next. So I can't wait.
Awesome. Nick, it's been an honor, man. Thank you very, very much.
Awesome.